Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV Live. I know you hate that. You freaking hate that. I know. I'm sorry.
Clownfish TV Live.
If we need like a musical intro or something. Like I don't know. We gotta do something. We gotta do something.
I don't know. Anything's better than Clownfish TV Live.
We gotta do something better than that. This is Kneon. I'm here with Geeky Sparkles. She doesn't like my intro.
This is Geeky Sparkles Live.
That sounds like, is it on ice? Like,
that's right. Well, I hope I'm on ice. If I am, I got some problems.
Geeky on ice.
So I can't skate, so that'd be no one would want to see that.
Hey guys, before we get started, we got a lot to talk about. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel already. You guys have been very, very awesome this week. We've got a lot of subs. It's helped the channel. It's helped our traffic. Helps us bring you content live.
Hello, everybody. I'm ignoring you. Everybody's saying hi, so I'm gonna say hi to them and ignore you.
Yeah, just ignore me.
Clownfish on ice. That's right. That's how we stay fresh.
That's how we stay fresh. That's like the fish market, right?
There you go.
At the strip district.
I'm not even gonna touch that one. It's the fish market strip district.
Oh, that's why you got the downvote. Yeah, Dragon. He doesn't like that I ask for people to sub. Oh. Even though literally like everybody. No, he's cool. It's just like everybody else. Every other channel asks for subs at the beginning, and we never have. And so we weren't getting a whole lot. So we're like, hey, people, could you sub? And then all of a sudden we started getting a bunch of subs.
I want to talk about one thing real quick. Is it Soul Indigo? Yes, okay. I don't have Squid King here. And we're going to do a video on that. But the Gigan thing, that's something that Squid King and I have been talking about Godzilla versus Kong. And the fact that they used the weapon they used, I don't want to ruin it, the weapon they used in the movie. Because if you follow the lore, that kind of ties into some things, and about not just about Gigan, we're thinking about Destroya, and the Gigan thing. Squid King keeps saying the Gigan looks like a cyborg Muto.
Yeah, it does.
So
it's got like the beak thing going on and the visor, and yeah.
I don't know what we're gonna see, but he's thinking they're setting up. They definitely set up something that was kind of for Destroya, and he's been saying that. The Mutos look like Gigans, So I don't know. We'll see. But, it's funny you mentioned that. Again, if you haven't seen Godzilla, it's really, really good. So just
people have mixed opinions. People have mixed opinions about it. And
I liked it.
I mean, it's so weird because we went with a friend of ours who I think casual Godzilla fan. He's not really that into it, but he didn't really care for it that much. He actually liked 2014. He's allowed to have that opinion. I don't care if somebody doesn't like it. We loved it. The consensus with us and with Squid King was we loved it. It's exactly what we expected from a Godzilla movie, but not everybody loves the movie. I don't think the critical score on Rotten Tomatoes is accurate though, because like a lot of people really like this movie, and I'm sorry, at 40% or whatever, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculously low. I mean, it is ridiculous. It did drop to 40 now, yeah. Yeah, we're in like Batman versus Superman territory now. Like we're really getting.
Yeah, I mean, even if you didn't like certain aspects of it, I can't see a 40%. I was gonna say Nicholas said about, or no, Nicholas, who I see it before. Robert said about don't discuss the Captain Marvel deleted scenes. We aren't going to show anything. We are going to mention about what's going on, but we are not going to show anything.
We're going to discuss the discussion. We're going to talk about a lot of things. The big news is, we'll talk about this after we talk about a couple of smaller things first. The big news is actually our insiders were correct. Our animation industry insiders.
Well, we that's not exactly the whole true story. We called it first, then they confirmed what we were saying. They confirmed
it. Okay.
So we were technically correct. And then they confirmed what we said, and then we got more confirmation.
With WarnerMedia, which is Crunchyroll and Rooster Teeth and WarnerMedia, and the delays on High Guardian Spice and the stuff going on with Cartoon Network, we speculated that was because of some restructuring going on at Warner Brothers. We actually had a phone call with an animation industry insider who did tell me, yes, this is what's going on, and basically they're shitting bricks over at Cartoon Network and Crunchyroll right now.
Told us
not literally, did not say that, but
we're also told us we're infamous in the animation world.
We are infamous. We are infamous, and it was confirmed today that WarnerMedia is completely restructuring. We called that. That explains likely explains why High Guardian Spice and Thundercats Roar and Infinity Train and these other Warner cartoons are going MIA. For now, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Batman. Robert Pattinson is Batman. We're going to talk about some classic D&D games coming back.
Talk about a bunch of things. Go back to the comments.
Ghibli.
I wanted to mention. What's someone say? I saw it a minute ago. I lost it. Dang it. This one person, Darby, saying that his friend refuses to watch Dark Crystal because she's afraid of puppets. Do not go to the Children's Museum in Pittsburgh then, because they actually have a mystic. One of the original mystics.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Now, it's really creepy, though, because the enclosure it's in, it's kind of like, I think it's deteriorating, kind of like Yoda deteriorated, so the enclosure's kind of got stuff growing on it.
Yeah, it's the vinyl.
So it's extra creepy.
Latex.
It's extra creepy, so, hey, we love you, too. Anyway, so, let's start here. Let's start at the very beginning. It's a very good place to start.
This isn't going to take very long, but we saw the trailer for Dark Crystal Age of Resistance, and oh my god. Like, I thought they were going to, I mean... Look, we haven't seen the episodes yet. They still might screw it up.
Yeah.
But visually, it's so on key.
It's so on.
It's on point. It looks like this is literally the sequel or prequel to the Dark Crystal.
Yeah, it looks like the Dark Crystal. I mean, it just fits. I mean, granted, it was like 82 from the original, and it fits.
It looks like an HD version of it. It looks like if Jim Henson were still alive today, R.I.P. Jim Henson, that he would have actually overseen this himself. Yeah. What I was worried about was I thought they would rely heavily on CG, because when they talked about doing a sequel before, they talked about doing the sequel, they talked about there were fire creatures that lived underneath the crystal. Mm-hmm. And those fire creatures were actually going to be a combination of puppets and CG. And I got worried because you looked at some of the stuff that Henson's done, like Mirror Mask, where it was very, very CG. I was very scared that they were going to do that with this Dark Crystal. Mm-hmm. And it just looks phenomenal.
It looks really good. If you haven't seen the trailer, make sure you go out and look at it. Well, you're not going to play it, obviously.
No, I'm not going to play it.
It is really, really, really impressive.
Visually, it's impressive. We don't know if the plot's going to be there, but visually it is
You know
impressive.
What I'm excited about? Auger's in it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm most excited about, Auger. I was like, oh my god,
it looks like they rebuilt all the sets. I mean,
yeah, because they have her little planetary thing, which was like one of the coolest things when I was a kid. I loved that. I thought that was the coolest thing ever. And they have those creatures that
Landstalkers?
Yeah, the Landstalkers.
Gartham,
they have them in there.
The podlings are in it. I mean, they're all there. And this shows like the planet's called Thra. Like those of you who have actually looked into like the Dark Crystal lore, and there was a whole story behind the Dark Crystal and how it got there on paper. Brian Froud did, he came up with
Fizzgig is in it.
Fizzgig is in it. And I think these are actually Jen's parents. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that these might actually be
That's what I was thinking
Jen's
too.
Parents.
I was thinking that too,
because,
actually.
yeah, I really am getting that vibe from this. Hey, Rob Zombie, thank you. Did not have to do that. Guys, you ever going to talk about how you come? Yes. Oh, I'm thinking about unsubscribing, feeling like bait and switch. No, we're actually going to... We have a lot of things going on.
Yeah, it's been. I can't talk about it.
Can't really talk about it too much. We actually have a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes with some stuff that we've been working on that are basically it's been a very bad week. Let's put it that way. We are going to get back on focusing on comics. We actually have some deals in play in the background that we're going to be doing more comics content on the channel. We're just trying to figure out how to get all the pieces to line up. We're going to be bringing our comics back. We've had people ask us if we're going to do Clownfish comics. I don't know if that would work.
You know what? Actually, I was thinking if you guys have some suggestions of things you want to know about with comics.
Yeah, we could maybe do like a weekly, like, hey, let's just talk shop. What do you guys want to talk about?
Right. So if you have some suggestions of things you want or things that you want to know about comics, they could probably send that over to you. What was the address for that? So they could send that to.
Oh, shout out at clownshishtv.com.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we can do that. I really want to start doing more with comics creation, and we're definitely going to do it. We've got some people involved, and it's just like, it just seems like we went down the rabbit hole of like, there's so much to cover with the news, and, we're trying to get all the pieces lined up. So, but yeah, we're definitely going to cover comics. How do you get comics printed at the printer? Yeah, we're actually going to be talking about that. That's one thing, talking about like different print options to use. And that's actually one of the partners we're talking to right now. We're going to talk about, where to get your comics printed, how to get your comics printed.
There's many different ways you can do it.
We've had Peter Samedi on. If you go back and look through just in the last month or two, we've had Peter on multiple times from Alterna talking about comics. We've had people express interest if they want to come on and talk about comics on the channel. Like the comics they're working on, we'd like to do kind of like an indie creator spotlight. We're just trying to figure out how to get all the pieces to fit.
Right, but for now, if you have some things that you want to know about, obviously you said about how to comics printed, just send them over to shout out at, what was it?
Shout out at clownshishtv.com.
I don't even know our address. Yeah. Yeah, and then we'll compile that, and we'll start doing some. I think we can at least do like a once or twice a week on creation and stuff. Yeah, because that's something that we really want to do because we're trying to get back on creation on our own stuff.
Yeah, that was the purpose of the channel originally. Yeah. That was the purpose, and then we kind of like
it hasn't gone away. Actually, no. That we're working on some stuff to bring that back, including our own stuff too. So
yeah, we just have to.
It's a good question.
Do it the right way. There's a right way and a wrong way to do things.
Okay.
So
that was a good question. Tuned. So definitely, send us a message what you guys are wanting to know about, and we'll see if we can get some people on that can help you with that, or we can find the answer.
I'm actually very happy that someone said, could you talk about comics creation? Because sometimes I felt like we talked about comics.
And people didn't want us to talk about comics.
Yeah, the comics would go into it, like all the comics videos would go into this void. Like nobody cared. But if we were talking about like drama and anime and stuff like that, then everybody was excited. But we talk about making comic books and people were like, we don't care.
Yeah.
So I'm actually really happy that you said that. I'm really happy that you said that. Okay, but yeah, anyway, Dark Crystal. Speaking of comics, there is a sequel comic to the Dark Crystal that Archaea Press put out. It's actually what the original movie sequel was supposed to be. Mm-hmm. They never actually made the movie. It was The Power of the Dark Crystal. I read that comic. It's freaking phenomenal. And that is what the sequel movie would have been. So I have to wonder if this is successful, if they won't go back and do
the
sequel with the Dark Crystal movie being like stuck in the middle
between
these two.
People are asking questions.
Would you consider getting Thomas roll up from SG? He create? I don't know. We might actually have. Maybe we'll do. Get some people on, because I think there are a lot of people out there doing comics that maybe don't get a lot of exposure, especially in indie comics. Yeah. But we're trying to figure out how to do it the right way.
And then. Was that her name? Leighton? Thinking about putting my art up on social media, but not confident in my work. How do I know I'm ready? You're never
ready. You just do it.
You just do it. You don't know you're ready, and plus you have to have just prepared for positive and negative comments. Stay for the rants. Yeah, don't even get me started. I had a doozy of them but that's on our other stuff that we can't talk about.
Yeah.
So anyway, we are definitely going to do more comic stuff. We will do that in the upcoming week then, since people are asking for it.
Yeah, since we actually know,
we can do that here soon.
I'm actually, that makes me very, very happy to hear that, because I'm like, so many times we talked about like, God, I wish, we could go back to like live streaming drawing and just doing that and talk about stuff we want to talk about, but like we really wanted to do more, comics and animation. And it just seemed like the news...
We already know we're going to be doing more comics animation.
Yeah. So anyway, the news took over.
Back to this, though. But yes, for sure, we will be definitely doing that. So send any suggestions or questions over to that email address.
Yeah.
And
now I check my inbox and it's like overfull.
So that was a very good question.
That was a very good question.
We can definitely do that. So back to this. So yes. So definitely go check out the Netflix Dark Crystal Age of Resistance trailer. Like I said, from the looks that we don't know yet, because until we see it, we don't know. But it looks really good.
Visually, it looks good.
It looks like it, you get the same idea. It feels like it definitely could fit in with the 82 movie. You get the idea of scope. You get the idea of, this, it's a massive world. And it's August 30th, I believe, is when they drop it.
Yeah, so we have a definite date for it. And, visually, it's just on. And again, if you haven't read the Archaea Studios comic, The Power of the Dark Crystal, and they have another prequel. Hey guys.
Hey guys, can I say? My mom's on.
Oh no, that means I can't swear.
Say hello to my mom.
My mom's here now.
Yeah, you can swear. She did the other day. I heard her. Anyway, my mom's on. So
be good, everybody. But yeah, I think it looks really good. I think this looks really good. I think that you need to go read the Power of the Dark Crystal comic. It's the artwork is gorgeous. I mean, it's so good.
Someone here said, I missed old man Kneon playing with Mega Man with Squid King. Yes, we have to get, Squid King was very upset that we haven't done live streams for gaming, in the last couple weeks because we've been busy. We have to do that too.
Having a ridiculously, I don't even know where to go with it. Let's just say that there's stuff going on with like the day job situation, that is leading us to believe that we need to do more of our own stuff.
Yeah.
And we're trying to figure out how to get all the pieces to fit together. That's basically it.
So, this is my mom. My mom's in here now, and everyone's like, hi, Mom. This is my mom. Okay, so what else are we talking about? Okay, this is kind of important.
This is important. We'll talk about this, and we're going to talk about all this RESTRUCTURED garbage. This is kind of important, yeah.
Go ahead, I'm waiting for you.
Okay, Robert Pattinson. It was rumored. People were like, nah, they would never do that. Hell no. And yeah, Robert Pattinson, the sparkly vampire, is confirmed to be the Batman.
Yes. It was signed, I guess, apparently today.
Signed, he is the Batman. Now, Sometimes they hire people for parts that I'm not really on board with the initial casting, but I'm like, I will wait and see. Mm-hmm. A lot of people, there's a lot of backlash about Michael Keaton being Batman. They're like, Mr. Mom's Batman? Hell no, that wouldn't work. I thought he was okay,
I like Mr. I want to, wait, real quick, I want to interrupt and say, I love Mr. Mom. When
Mom
I was a
good.
kid, I used to watch the hell out of Mr. I'm sorry, the crap out of Mr. Mom.
I used to watch the poop out of Mr. Mom.
I did. I liked Mr. Mom. I watched that movie. I love that movie, actually. I still love that movie. I just love it. What does Kneon do? What doesn't Kneon do?
What do I do?
He does all my marketing.
I am Mickey's bitch.
No, he does marketing. But I guess I am too. Marketing, blogging, web design,
long story.
Art. He does a lot of things. Story. A lot of things. But Mr. Mom was good. Anyway, back to your. I didn't mean to.
Did I say I didn't mean bitch? I meant I am Mickey's female dog. I am Mickey's female dog.
Anyway, so I liked the idea that people were talking about on social media, where they were saying they should get him to play Terry, and then get Michael Keaton to play Batman, do Batman Beyond.
I could see that. I would be down.
I actually would be totally down with that.
I would be down with the Batman Beyond movie because we have seen Bruce Wayne Batman done so many times. It's been done so many times, and that really would be something different. And what you're laughing?
You distracted by my mom. He makes great grandkids.
Grandkid Factory.
Wouldn't that be me though? Anyway, go ahead.
Oh.
We got off topic.
I'm just a forklift that goes in the...
Wait, whoa. Just stop while you're ahead. Okay,
what are you talking about? No, Batman Beyond would be awesome. I think, and especially because...
I doubt they'll do it too.
Because you can have a callback to the original, now it's been enough time. Or, a lot of people wanted to see a Dark Knight Returns with Michael Keaton, as Batman. Or somehow smush them together. I don't know how you would do that. Do a Dark Knight Returns / Batman Beyond kind of thing, take from both, and kind of do the future of '89 Batman, which would be cool. Because now they said this is going to be a brand new trilogy. They said that this is going to be a brand new trilogy, so I have to wonder: is this going to take place in like the Joker verse?
I don't know, because they said it's going to be different from the other one. Who do you think is better butler, Alfred or Jeffrey from Fresh Prince?
Jeffrey. Oh my God, I would watch a Batman movie with Jeffrey from Fresh Prince. Who was the butler?
That would be funny.
Who was the butler in The Nanny? He was really damn funny.
My mom will tell you.
The butler in the Nanny. He was, oh God, he was Moriarty, I think, in Star Trek Next Generation. He was in
Star Trek Next Generation, yeah.
He was really good too.
Yeah, he was funny. Okay, so... we keep getting distracted. Anyway, no, I doubt very much they're going to do Batman Beyond. But I'm just saying that would have been really, really cool. And I would have been so down with that. And it would have been a nice change. Niles the butler. So I told my mom
thank you. Niles,
we used to watch it all the time.
Niles was good. No, I mean, look, Robert Pattinson is not my first choice for Batman. But I'm gonna be fair. This is a personal opinion. When they announced Ben Affleck as Batman, I'm like, hell no. Ben Affleck? And the thing is I'm still like, hell no, Ben Affleck. Not because Ben Affleck. Here's the thing. I didn't like Batman versus Superman, and I thought Justice League was okay. I think Ben Affleck actually looked the part of comic book Batman more than any other actor they had. I think he had potential, but he got put in really bad movies. I
just remember him looking all sad.
Sad Batman.
Sad Batman.
So, I don't know. I don't see him as Bruce Wayne. I could see him as Terry. Now, if they're doing The Batman, is it going to be based on the cartoon of The Batman? I don't know. The anime style, the Joker in the straight jacket and the whole thing. I'm kind of wondering.
I just know it's going to be a trilogy, and it's not part of what they've had before. So it's not replacing Ben Affleck. He's in addition to Ben Affleck, if that makes sense.
Yeah, Affleck did work. Affleck actually, look, despite all the faults I thought with Batman versus Superman, I thought he looked the most like comic book Batman. Yeah. I thought he was the closest thing to actual, Batman in the flesh. He was very much, he looked the part of Batman just like Gal Gadot looks the part of Wonder Woman.
I love Gal Gadot.
Henry Cavill, we could argue about. I'm not, whatever. But I just think they really dropped the ball. Because Ben Affleck can't act. I mean, he's actually pretty good. But he just, those movies weren't that good.
No,
it was a waste of Ben Affleck.
And we don't know. I mean, I've seen some images. You said someone's about fitting the image. It's funny because they've been putting a lot of pictures up on social media, and some of them I actually can see it. I actually can see maybe possibly
Nightwing. I could see him as Nightwing.
Yeah, but that's what I think it is. I think he looks more like a younger character. I could see Nightwing and stuff. But before I could.
He looks more like Batman than that kid they hired to play He-Man looks like He-Man. Let's put it that way.
He what?
That kid they hired to play.
Wait, was the first part? He looks more like Batman than the kid they hired.
Yeah, he looks more like he could be Batman, believable Batman, than that kid that Noah, what's his name? That kid they hired to play He-Man.
Yeah, I don't get that one at all. I mean, I can see him as Adam, but not He-Man.
Not He-Man. I mean, the only thing I can think of is either they have another actor playing He-Man or they're going to CG the hell out of him, and it's going to be like the Incredible Hulk and look absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, with his face CG'd onto this bulky body.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You said Bale was pretty good. Actually, you said that's your favorite Batman is Christian Bale.
Christian Bale is my favorite Batman.
Yeah.
And the thing is, Christian Bale is not comic book Batman. And it's so weird because I love the Dark Knight trilogy. I love it. But I will be the first one to tell you it's not comic book accurate. That is not comic book Batman. That is not comic book Joker. But I still like those movies. So sometimes I'm okay with liberties being taken for what they are. But I love those movies because I just find them very, very entertaining, and I love Ledger's Joker, but I will absolutely tell you that is not comic book Joker.
No.
He is not comic book Joker. But that character is really, really good, and he's mesmerizing, and he deserved his.
Oh, you were mesmerized by him. Huh?
He was watching him.
I'm just messing with
I
you.
wasn't like.
Well, there you want to tell
getting
us
all
something?
hot for the Joker.
You want to tell us there's something, Kneon?
But the character. The Joker-esque character that Heath Ledger played was absolutely amazing. He just was not comic book Joker.
Yeah, he wasn't.
But I still enjoy those movies.
Someone said that we have seen the Dungeons and Dragons commercial. Actually, you did a video on that. If you go back to after this, if you go look at our previous videos, there's a whole video on that. The Indie car commercial. There is actually a video on our channel about it, guys. So after you're done watching this, you can watch this first. Then you can go watch our video on that.
If you go to the blog.
Oh, was it an article?
Yeah,
you did both.
Yeah, I did a video, but I didn't do a video reaction to the full trailer. I did a reaction to the fact they were doing a trailer.
Okay, and then there's an article on it. Okay, I got that confused.
Bonus bucks. Thank you, Drew. Bonus bucks. Also, Ben Affleck was terrible at being Batman.
That's what everybody's saying. He looked kind of like Bruce Wayne, but he wasn't really Batman, as people were saying.
Yeah, thank you, Drew. Yeah, he did. He looked the part. That's what I'm saying. He looked the part. He just wasn't.
Why can't we get somebody who looks and like it and it acts like it?
It's possible.
There's a nice.
Again, look at Gal Gadot. You can get somebody who looks
next Wonder Woman movie.
The part and acts the part and is literally the live action version of your favorite character.
I should have worn my underoos when we did this show, because no one can see me anyway. But I have Wonder Woman underoos. I'm not wearing them right now, but I do have Wonder Woman underoos. Thanks to my mother, I have Wonder Woman underoos, and I love Wonder Woman, and I'm very excited about Wonder Woman 84. So anyway.
Medea is Batman. Christian Bale is flawless Bruce Wayne. Hey is Batman. Yeah, the Bat voice, I could not get past the Bat voice. I'm like, I mean, seriously, you're that rich you couldn't afford a voice changer?
Yes.
I mean, come on. Just get a little voice box or something. Garble your voice. Why are you straining your voice?
When I think of Batman, I think of Squid King. A few years ago, we were at a garage sale, and he had a bake sale, and he put a Batman mask on, and he had the Batman bake sale, and it was he actually had a Batarang keychain and everything, and it was funny. He's just like, he had his brownies and his cookies, they were black like the night, and so he was like, hey, I'm Batman. It was so funny.
And the funny thing is, he did the deep Batman voice, and he was like 11 or 12, and that's what he sounds like now.
Yeah, but it was so funny.
That's his voice sounds like Batman.
He did it well, and he's just
like, I'm Batman.
And it was just funny. He's
dark
just
like the night. What was
it?
I
forgot what he said.
He's like, no, the Oreos.
Oreos.
He said, you asked him what you recommended to buy. He goes like, I recommend the Oreos because they're black, like my soul. Or something like that.
It was funny as heck. Anyway,
I don't know.
We just get off topic.
Yeah, we're off topic on this. I don't know. I'm just like, I don't even know what the hell is going on with the DCEU at this point. I actually am.
How does this tie into DCEU?
I don't think it does.
Figure that out. I don't think it does. Related?
What are they doing? What are they doing? Are they giving up on the DCEU? Because I don't
know. No, I think they're going with the standalone movies, but the standalone movies, he's supposed to be the Batman from the standalone movies. They said he isn't. So and Ben Affleck isn't doing Batman anymore. So how are they going to do that? Yeah, I don't know.
So this is like, this film will not carry on the work of Ben Affleck as the older Batman and Batman versus Superman. So now we've got Wonder Woman getting a sequel, Aquaman getting a sequel, and they're still in the DCEU, possibly a Flash movie, which is still, I guess, in the DCEU. But now the Joker movie takes place in its own little pocket universe. I am wondering very much if this is going to be the Batman for the Joker universe. Hey, Comics Matter with your boy Zach. They gave up on the DCEU about 6 months ago. Yeah, no shit.
That's what I'm hearing. Each of them are going to be standalones.
I'm sorry, no poop.
Each of them going to be standalones. That's what I was hearing too.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I just want Wonder Woman.
Yeah, Wonder Woman 84
Another
looks really
Aquaman.
good.
Go
Like,
ahead.
I don't even understand what they're doing. They're,
like Shazam, too.
They're doing the same thing to the DCEU they're doing to the TV shows where they got like 90 different continuities going on.
I know, you never know what the heck's going on.
Nobody knows what's going on. Korea Lewis Stromboli, thank you, didn't have to do that. Joker and Robot Chicken. F you, Dork Knight.
I'm going to say that to you from now on. I'm going to call you Dork Knight.
While you're wearing the underoos.
Where'd you go? It's Clownfish TV live. I'm going to say, shut up, Dork Knight.
Oh, man. You're gonna crush my manhood.
Well, never mind. I'll be good. I can make some jokes there, and I will not do that right now.
Shit.
Because I love you too much.
So I don't know. Wait and see. I don't know. I'm kind of like, really liked Aquaman. You know, I actually had hope for the DCEU because of Wonder Woman and Aquaman, but I'm like, I don't know what.
Yes, when here Alexandra said Wonder Woman and Aquaman both deserve another movie before Batman. Yeah, I agree. Well, they're getting the Wonder Woman movie. I'm very excited about that, and I think they said they're doing another Aquaman.
Yeah.
So you know, I'm like, I'll go see those. A Batman, I'm not sure. I have to see more. But you know, Wonder Woman, hell yeah, I'm there for Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman 84 should be pretty badass. I hope. Shazam was good too.
Shazam was good too.
Is Shazam in the DCEU? I don't even know what the hell's going on.
I think it's supposed to be.
They had Henry Cavill Superman at the end. Spoiler, but they cut his head off because they don't know who the hell's gonna play Superman now. You just saw
was it him in the movie doing it or what?
I don't think so. I think it was like they just cut his head off because they're like, we don't know who Superman's gonna be, so we're just gonna put a guy in a suit in it. I'm sorry, did I just ruin the whole movie for everybody? That was like a post credit.
That's really that
was a post credit.
If he did, you can
post credit stinger. Superman is in the damn movie at the end, but you can't see his face because they don't know who the hell is going to play Superman.
Yeah, they have a lot of turnover here lately.
There's a high turnover rate in the DCU. As long as Gal
Gadot doesn't leave, I'm okay. You know. So anyway,
holy shit! It's just like God. They don't even know what they're doing.
Okay, so we're going to talk about.
Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. All right. So here's the thing. We speculated this was going to happen. Look at the evidence. Last year, DramaFever gets shut the hell down for no good reason. They just shut down.
Yeah, no warning. I was so mad. I was in the middle of my show. I went to watch it. And it was like, it's gone. It's just gone.
It's just gone. DramaFever disappears. And Geeky freaking loved DramaFever. She loved it. It's gone. And, they didn't even give the subscribers any notice. They're just like, we shut it down.
Yeah.
Crunchyroll and Rooster Teeth. Well, there's some weird shit going on over there. Well, there was some weird shit going on with, poop. Sorry, poop. Polly, sorry,
I don't know if my mom's still in here or not.
Okay, weird poop going on.
She said the word the other day.
So there's some stuff going on with Machinima. Machinima also shut down. Just like we're like, well, they kind of phased
it out, and then they put the people over. They moved the people over to their other stuff.
Yeah, they Thanos snapped. Thank you, Brad. They Thanos. I'm
still mad about DramaFever. I'm still very salty about this.
She is very salty. Very salty.
I am now on Viki. You can go to Viki now, everybody. Just so you know, you can go join over there and still get your K-dramas. Yeah. Not that I have a problem or anything. But I have a problem.
The only thing you watch now is K-drama.
No. I have been watching the Beauty and the Beast show from 2012 because I needed something to watch that I didn't have to read subtitles on.
Does that have Lana Lang in it?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it like actual Beauty and the Beast? Like...
No! Yes, they sing and there's teacups. No,
that would be... Isn't she a cop or something?
She's a cop.
So wait, this is like the 80s...
teapots.
This is like... Okay, so this is like 80s Beauty and the Beast. The one with Linda Hamilton.
Yeah. No, it's different than
and
that.
The Lion
She
dude.
wasn't... Ron Perlman?
Ron Perlman, yeah.
It wasn't.
It was Ron Perlman. Yeah, it was Ron Perlman.
It wasn't. It's not the same. I think no. This is different. It's the same. Like they're doing a modern take on it, but it was from a few years ago. I was just catching up because I never watched it back then. I need something to watch that didn't require subtitle reading.
Dynamo says Zach said he watches you regularly, and the topics you cover confuse him.
Probably.
We are
confuse a lot of people.
All over the damn place. We confuse everybody. That's what we're here for. We're confusing. I'm sorry, Zach.
Clownfish TV here to confuse you.
So let's okay for Zach. Here's what's going on. DramaFever shut down suddenly. Machinima got rolled into full screen. This is WarnerMedia. WarnerMedia owns Crunchyroll, Verve, and Rooster Teeth. Crunchyroll, Rooster Teeth, of course, being kind of at the center of controversy because, you know, a lot of stuff going on in the anime industry right now. Anime Gate, whatever the hell you want to call it, they're calling the shots. Crunchyroll is supposed to do High Guardian Spice. This is not it. Where the hell is it? Where is it? Where is it? There it is. There it is. High Guardian Spice.
Well, they own Elation too. Elation's part of this. They own
Elation.
Under, what is it, Warner?
Yes.
Warner owns Elation as well.
So Crunchyroll was basically taking anime subscription money, you know, supposed to go to Japanese studios, and there were accusations that they were going to use it to produce this, which is not anime.
Raphael said Zach does watch your content, which we know because you actually talked to him. And he also gave you a shout out, Ethan Van Skyver's live stream. Well, thank you. We appreciate that, Zach.
Well, thank you.
Well, he's talked to you many times. So.
Well, I've actually, look, I'll come out and say, yeah, am I allowed to say that? Are we allowed to talk about him? Are we allowed to talk about him?
Yeah, hi, how's it going?
How's it going? I've actually been talking to Zach for almost 2 years. So
yeah. So anyway, not that it matters.
Not that it matters anyway.
Okay, so go back to what you're talking about.
I can talk to whoever the hell I want to talk to. Piss off, internet. So they were gonna bankroll High Guardian Spice, which is not anime.
Sorry, Melissa McCarthy is Catwoman. I'm sorry. Anyway, go ahead.
You know, the funny thing is that trailer for that Melissa McCarthy movie,
the Mafia movie,
movie.
Was it Kitchen or something?
Hell's Kitchen.
But that wasn't called Hell's Kitchen.
The Kitchen. It's called The Kitchen. I thought it was Daredevil.
I did too. I was like, wait, they're gonna do Daredevil
with Melissa McCarthy. I'm like, holy hell! It's Daredevil with Melissa McCarthy. This is gonna be great. And our friend was sitting next to me when we went to go see Godzilla, and I leaned over to him because it looked like Goodfellas.
You see him on here sometimes.
He is on here. It's remember Rammstein. And I leaned over to Rammstein, and I said,
"He's gonna kick your butt."
I said, "Is this Ghost Fellas? Girl Fellas? What am I watching?" But it actually didn't look bad. It actually looked kind of cool. I'm like, I might want to see this movie. Anyway,
really gotta stay on topic.
Anyway, yeah. So this is High Guardian Spice. Anyway, it's late. It's really, really late.
And it's like all the news on this has disappeared. You're not hearing much about this anymore. So anyway, we speculated that there's a reason that we're not hearing about these things because we found out that Warner was going to try to do their own streaming service
to compete with Disney and Netflix.
Right, they were. Right.
That's what we've been hearing.
So we speculated that they're probably going to restructure to do this because they're going to probably put like, they own the Cartoon Network too, don't they?
Yes.
Yeah. So they have Cartoon Network as well. So that we're not hearing about Thundercats Roar, and we're not hearing about Infinity Train, and we're not hearing about High Guardian Spice anymore. So we kind of speculated that perhaps they would roll those into the streaming service. And we had talked to some people who...
Yes. So we speculated about this. Geeky explains it all. She's like Clarissa.
I am.
But way hotter than Clarissa.
I wouldn't say that, but Ginger.
If I had the hots for Clarissa, though, she's like 13. That's creepy. Anyway,
not now.
No, but okay.
Anyway,
so we speculated that this was going to happen. This is why things are late. And wouldn't you know it? Because we know people in the animation industry, believe it or not. I get a phone call. And holy shit, that's actually what's going on.
Yes.
That actually, as it was described to me from this random person who works in the entertainment industry, who we do talk to
we're not going to
from time to time. We do talk to many people in the animation industry. And we're not going to name names because we don't do that. Because name dropping's crap. It's really crap.
Anyway.
Get
to the point.
The point
is... Right, let's go.
The point is... this person said, yes, you're right. In fact, over at Cartoon Network and Crunchyroll right now, they're basically shitting bricks because they don't know what they're going to do because...
That sounds painful.
Yeah, it does. They didn't actually say that, right? But they said what's going on because they have friends that work at Cartoon Network and Crunchyroll and everything's up in the air. The CEO or whatever they had, the guy who's in charge of Warner Brothers now, comes from AT&T. Mm-hmm. This guy... is a penny pincher.
We need a flow chart for this. I'm actually working on a flow chart, by the way. Anyway, go ahead.
This guy is a penny pincher, and this guy is like, because I guess the person he's replacing at Warner Brothers used to be a freewheeler. Like, he used to spend tens of thousands of dollars just on lunches.
Things like
and he would greenlight High Guardian Spice and Thundercats Roar. Those things were greenlit on this other person's watch. This new guy comes in from AT&T, and he's like, yeah, let's shut down DramaFever because that's bullshit. Let's roll machinima into this.
Thanks for that, by the way.
Yeah, and we're going to take all these cartoon things and just kind of smush them together into one thing. Hey, super cosmic mutant honey candle squid, just in time.
I was saying hi to everybody who's come in. Hello,
we're talking
everybody.
about the potential cartoon apocalypse that is upon us. No, basically Crunchyroll, I think before it's all said and done, Crunchyroll, Rooster Teeth, Cartoon Network, it's all going to be the same stuff. It's basically just going to be the cartoon arm of WarnerMedia.
So we were saying that, and then they announced that there's some restructuring today. We were kind of saying this, and we got some confirmation on it, and then today they announced
Here it comes. Like 2 weeks after I have that phone call with that animation industry insider, here comes the news. Sure as shit. In bricks. Here it comes. WarnerMedia.
I wonder where they get the term shitting bricks from.
WarnerMedia reorganization gives Otter Media's Tony Goncalves? Tony G. Oversight of streaming service development. That's Tony G. Hi, Tony. Under reorg, because we can't say reorg because everything's short now.
Yeah, reorg.
He's the CEO of Otter Media. He will now lead the development of the forthcoming WarnerMedia direct-to-consumer service. This was supposed to be a competitor to Disney and Netflix. The problem is Disney has infinite money. They have an infinite money cheat code, and I don't know if Warner Brothers can quite keep up, especially not this late in the game. So in addition, Andy Forssell, most recently CEO of Otter Media and former CEO of Hulu, will move into the role of EVP and GM of the new, as yet unnamed streaming service. They don't even have a name. They're just like, oh my God, Disney's got one.
Throw it together.
Throw it together. Disney's got one. We gotta have one too.
What do we have in the pipeline? Quick.
High Guardian Spice. That'll bring them in. We're not gonna put that on Crunchyroll. I think before it's all said and done, I would not be surprised if Crunchyroll disappeared and just became a Warner. Like you have to subscribe to WarnerMedia, and that's the anime on WarnerMedia. Because they've lost the Funimation license, and I really think that's going to happen. I think they'll just be like, oh no, just subscribe to Warner. We're going to take all the DC stuff, because they got that DC service, and we're going to take all the Crunchyroll stuff. Why do we have 19 different services?
I think they're going to take Cartoon Network stuff, and they're going to take a bunch of stuff. Right. And and Otter Media had Rooster Teeth and all that as part of it too. So I'm sure anything with Rooster Teeth is going to be thrown on over here.
Yeah.
So they're kind of like consolidating. And actually, the guy that's going to be the second in command or whatever, Andy Forssell or whatever, who was the COO and the former CEO of Hulu, because now Disney's going to own Hulu, is now going to be the EVP and general manager of the unnamed streaming service. So
they don't even have a name. It's supposed to launch this fall, and there's no name. That doesn't send any red flags up. We don't even know what it's called. Anyway, Alpha Omega, thank you. Been sub for about 6 months. Love Neon's analysis and Geeky's manic energy. Keep on doing what you do. Thank you. Crypto Hazard, thank you. $1.99. Coming soon. Yeah, we don't know what this thing is called. And Leighton says Disney has its own service in Hulu as streaming service. Yeah,
it's got controlling interest in Hulu as well, which was part of their plan. Which we can talk about that.
TSS. Thank you, Baz. It is TSS. So everybody's going to streaming now. And as I understand it, again from this unnamed animation insider, Cartoon Network would be dead if it wasn't for subscriptions. I guess it's subscriptions that keep it going, because the advertising revenue is kind of dried up, so everybody's going to subscriptions now. They want you to pay for the content, and so this is like I think what's going to happen. And these shows are expensive. I mean, animation is like the most expensive thing you can do.
And even the simple looking crap is still expensive.
It's still expensive.
And that's what they're doing, I think, to save money, but it just looks so bad.
Teen Titans Go, even, I guarantee you Teen Titans Go is a couple $100,000 an episode, and that's with all those assets and everything being created. If you have to work for, I know an episode of something like Gravity Falls, you're looking at like $1 million an episode. I
love Gravity Falls.
$750,000 to $1 million an episode.
But I was thinking about like Thundercats Roar, for example, and where you can give it a pass on that look for The Amazing World Gumball because it was something new. You cannot give it a pass on Thundercats Roar.
No.
I mean, don't even get me started on Thundercats Roar because it just pisses me off so much because it looks like flipping balloon animals gone wrong. And it's just like, how do you get Thundercats and 2011 Thundercats and you go from that to Thundercats Roar? I still cannot understand the progression. I'm like, how does anything even happen? I mean, how drunk do you have to be to think that was a good idea?
As I understand it, again, I'm thinking this stuff got greenlit on somebody else's watch. And we've had this happen before. This is what I think happened with She-Ra. I think She-Ra was greenlit on Mattel's former CEO's watch.
Well, as much as I don't like She-Ra, She-Ra looks like
freaking masterpiece.
A masterpiece compared to Thundercats Roar. And I don't like She-Ra. So when I'm, Anyway, I can't imagine how drunk or stoned you'd have to be to think that was a good idea.
Well, Sean's right. 2 or 3 competing services. Yeah, because it used to be back in the day, you had like Netflix and Hulu, and that was it. Mm-hmm. And then Hulu had live TV. We cut the cord when Hulu introduced live TV because I'm like, I'd rather pay $40 for Hulu, You know, and then that's what but now it's like Hulu and Disney and the
DC
we've
been talking about too, Sean.
You know, the Crunchyroll thing and
everybody and their brother has their own streaming service and they're going to want to pay for it. Now, I think the one that they're doing for NBC, I think they're going to make that one free. Oh my God, I forgot about that one. They're going to do that one too. But I believe that one's free and it's going to be with ads.
Well, Hulu's got ads,
but a lot of times they start out as free with ads and then they get you in there and then a couple years down the road, oh, now you have to pay so much a month. So it's going to be more expensive than cable ever was. I mean, you get to pick and choose what you want now, but it's going to be more expensive because of all this.
Yeah, so
Crunchy's killing itself. Yes,
Crunchy is killing itself.
You're staying Crunchy.
I think what's gonna happen. I honestly think Crunchyroll and Verve and Rooster Teeth are at least Crunchyroll. I think is gonna be rolled into whatever this streaming service winds up being, and it's just gonna be like their anime. Like they're just gonna Netflix has original anime, but still on Netflix. They don't have a separate Netflix anime app. It's just you just subscribe to Netflix and they've got the anime, and that's what they're gonna do with Warner Brothers. They're gonna be like, subscribe. Here's all the crap that was on Crunchyroll, but Crunchyroll itself is gone. Yeah, like it's just here's the anime on the Warner Brothers app. That's probably
I get the vibe. It's like thrown together recently. Like
yeah. Go ahead. Dragon Voldor, thank you. And I'm sorry about that. I wasn't trying to pick on you in the stream. Don't be surprised if Warner Brothers buys Sony.
You know what? I don't have my flow chart here. I actually am working on a flow chart of who owns who. And I want to say that they actually work together. Like they actually work together on something that they actually own. They each have part ownership or something. And I'm not sure though. I don't have my paper in front of me. But I actually am working on a who owns who paper. And it's really interesting. But we'll be doing a video on that after I get it finished. But anyway.
Well, Dynamo says the Cartoon Network destroyed their viewing. Yeah, they did. They destroyed their viewing schedule because, as I understand it, it's the content that's being run on the channel is not important. What they're interested in, again, as I understand it, is subscriptions. All of this is about getting people to subscribe to pay for content. Free to watch TV with ads is like there's no money to be made because the advertisers are kind of drying up. They're taking their money and they're going to YouTube and they're spending all their money on YouTube.
Well, then they start these like, oh, there's a conspiracy on YouTube, and then the advertisers will threaten to pull, but they're only doing that because they can say, oh, we'll
give us a cheaper rate.
We'll get you, you'll come back for a cheaper rate. So and it's just like they want cheaper and cheaper and cheaper, and
Yep. So Warner Brothers says our WarnerMedia had already taken several steps to restructure Otter Media. The changes, including shifting Machinima from Warner Brothers Aegis to Otter Media, which effectively shut down Machinima. Yeah, Machima's toast, and they were huge. Mm-hmm. They were like the biggest gaming, thing out there on YouTube. Like everybody
poke in the eye.
I'm sorry.
Your hands are going in my face.
I'm talking with my hands. It folded some remaining staff into groups at Full Screen Rooster Teeth. Otter Media also folded the Full Screen Live in-person tour group in the Full Screen Direct Fan Engagement. These things are all going to go away. They're going to roll all of this, I think, into one entity that produces like anime and animated style content. That's what I think is going to happen. But again, we had some of that confirmed by insiders.
Yes, and then this has gone out. So yeah,
our sources are good, people.
But we thought about it before someone else confirmed it. That was us before someone confirmed it to us. We didn't get that from a source. That was, hey, putting this piece and that piece and this piece together, this is what we're seeing. And we were right. So anyway.
Look at that. Even a broken clock is right twice a day.
We're often than that. Thank you very much.
Anyway, we know people.
I am seriously going to start calling you Dark Knight all the time.
Oh my God.
Anyway.
So this is going to be interesting to watch. I think this is the end of Cartoon Network and Crunchyroll and Rooster Teeth as we know it. And I think they're basically just going to produce animated content for this platform. They'll probably still have Cartoon Network out there. But I think the content is going to go streaming first and then the reruns. Well, some of the
shows I think they were advertising that were going to be on Cartoon Network, you're not hearing about them anymore, that they were past the dates they said. And I think, and they didn't, at that big event, they didn't announce any information about them.
No.
So I'm really thinking they're like, we already have in the pipeline, we need content.
Yeah, what are they going to do? They threw this thing together. You have to have exclusive content to get people to subscribe. So sit on all these shows that you're developing. And I think we're going to see the same thing with a lot of these DC shows that are on the DC app, which I don't subscribe to because it looks like trash, the one with Titans. They're going to sit on that content and be like, you got to pay for it on the Warner thing now. So, posted news on the Discord. Oh my God, we have a Discord. I forgot about that.
I haven't been over there forever.
Please don't be bad on the Discord about what Thundercats 2011.
You have to go over there sometime. It's been really busy here.
Thundercats 2011 was the right way to do a reboot, and they screwed that up. Okay. Let's talk about...
Yeah, we are not going to show any clips. So
are we allowed to show this?
We are showing no clips. That's a different deleted scene. We are showing no clips. We are showing no audio, no video, nothing. We're just talking about the situation. No clips will be showed.
I didn't even know this was going on. Like, I've been so wrapped up with all the kind of bullshit going on in our lives right now that I haven't even been paying attention to a lot of this stuff. So apparently copyright strikes were issued against YouTubers criticizing Captain Marvel's deleted scene. Some YouTubers were reacting to the deleted scene. There were actually multiple. I think there were multiple deleted scenes.
Yeah,
we're talking about the one where the man's face belongs
the one,
on
yeah,
the
guys that I think they're talking about that one specifically.
Now we know that this does happen. We've had it happen to us, particularly with DreamWorks, with She-Ra.
Oh yeah, you have to be watching for it.
The Discord is now Furry Central. Ah, shit.
You better go check on that later.
Okay, anyway, it's all Sonic foot porn or something.
No, you better go check on the Discord
what happened
after this.
God, guys, no. Okay, so Geeks and Gamers got
That's
stricken.
how I found out about it. I saw they were posting about it today.
Yeah, so and I met Jeremy. I actually met Jeremy in Chicago. I talked to him for a couple minutes. Nice guy. He got zonked, and I'll tell you why he got zonked, because there actually are people out there who will sit on certain channels and wait for the opportunity to strike.
Yeah.
Copyright strike. This happened to us with DreamWorks. Anything critical of Noelle Stevenson's She-Ra by Noelle Stevenson, produced by Noelle Stevenson,
right,
executive producer Noelle Stevenson. Anything critical of She-Ra usually would get pounced on almost immediately.
Oh my gosh, we would have something up within like 30 seconds. And even when we didn't do anything to violate it, so we always got it back because we always did win.
Yeah.
What they do is it blocks you, successfully blocks you for a short time until you can get it back. But they tried it. We were doing it when they were at conventions, and we did stuff during the convention. They tried to block it, but jokes on them because we just did another video. And we got both of them back. We got to keep both of them.
We got both of them back. As long as it's fair use. If it's fair use and you can prove it's fair use, you can get it back. You can get it overturned. You just have to fight it. They count on people not fighting it. And a lot of people don't know you can fight it. It's like, oh, golly gee, I can't turn. And a lot of times it's just freaking interns or third parties that are acting on behalf of these companies. It's not actually... Like, in our case, it wasn't like Noelle Stevenson herself wasn't actually there copyright striking.
Right, it's somebody else.
Somebody working for DreamWorks was out there watching us, and we were on the naughty list.
So just some guy got copyright for some video, and he got it back. Yeah, as long as you can prove, you can get it back. They'll try to block it, but you can get it back. And the Super Cosmic Mutant Honey Candle Squid, how little of a life do you have to have? Exactly. They literally sit there, because these are manually blocked, looking at certain channels.
It's probably interns. It's either interns or they're like hiring overseas companies to do it, but they do. And you get these music companies, especially, they've gone bonkers. We had one video where we had a couple of short clips from different, like, really obscure 80s cartoons.
We should do some of those again. Those are fun.
Those were a lot of fun.
We should do 80s ones again, guys. We need to have more fun. Anyway, I just want to have fun, dang it.
Yeah.
Bring back the fun.
And we did this thing, and these cartoons were like dirt freaking old. Like they weren't even available on DVD anymore. Like I don't even know if they fell in the public domain or what, but we had like freaking 30. I had one video that had like 30 different music companies and like Argentina video companies trying to copyright claim these cartoons.
Did they?
No, I overturned all of them. I fought it. I'm like, hell no, this is fair use. We're discussing the 1980s animation industry, and this is fair use, and these clips are under 15 seconds, and piss off. And we got it back. But what happens is a lot of times they will strike the videos there's an agenda.
Yeah.
In this case, I think what's probably going on, I don't know for sure, but what's probably going on is Captain Marvel's out on digital this week. We don't want there to be any criticism of the deleted scenes because it could impact sales.
Well, let me ask you, I don't know how to look into it, but if people are showing, I thought maybe it's because they showed footage of it and they don't want that, of course. But if people are positive about it and they're talking about it positively and showing part of the video positively, are they getting blocked too?
Probably not, because with She-Ra, they're actually...
I know everybody else is allowed to keep their video. We were the only ones who weren't.
Yeah, people were out there. Now,
still your drink.
People were out there, and it needs to be alcohol. God, tonight especially. People were out there actually copyright striking our She-Ra video, but other people who were like, "Oh my God, this is the best thing ever!" They were like, "Oh, they weren't getting a strike, and they were actually playing the trailer with full audio and all that." And the reason they did that, I think, at least in a couple cases, was they had like a convention that weekend. They were making a big announcement. They wanted to tie the video up until after the convention. And so sometimes what they'll do is they'll squat. They'll get the video taken down, and they could like hit the button and reverse the copyright strike like that day, but they'll sit on it until the very last day and then reverse
they
it.
tried a couple times, so jokes on them because we just went and made another one.
Ironically, DreamWorks Animation sends me their press releases. Mm-hmm. They send the press releases to the Clownfish TV email address after they've copyright struck us multiple times.
Yeah, it's funny. So
no, I do not run your press releases, DreamWorks Animation, but thank you so much for trying. Anyway.
But in this case, I don't know if it's that's why I'm asking. Is it a case of where they were actually running some of the footage? Because if you run some of the footage, that could be a problem.
If he was running the footage, that's where you get tripped up. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Like, look at some of these. Okay, Zach was on here. I don't know if Zach's still on here. Because we probably bored him away. But he actually got a copyright strike for daring to show pages of an independent comic book, I think. And the creator tried to give him copyright strike because that's how the technicality they tried to get him on it. We had Anime News Network tried to get Hirohei because Hirohei was being critical of them, because he should be, because they're Anime News Network and they are. So they had their editor-in-chief, as I understand it, conspire and try to strike Hirohei to get the channel taken down or demonetized or whatever. And it got reversed because it was an article. It was an article on the blog, and they're like, "Oh, it's my copyright." You just.
I thought he was like playing an audio clip or something.
Oh no, it was a podcast. That's right. It was a podcast. You're right. No, you're right. I'm drunk.
I am right. Because
I'm drunk, but I'm not
drunk.
I'm drunk on life. No, you're right. It was a podcast, and he tried to get him struck to avoid talking about this podcast. They tried to bury, and they couldn't do it because it actually was fair use because it was still out there publicly, and he got reversed. But yeah, these people who don't like YouTubers with opinions digging up stuff that they'd rather them not talk about are trying to misuse copyright strikes to get channels taken down, to get videos taken down, to get to get monies removed. Et cetera, et cetera. We've seen so many YouTubers who aren't even controversial get struck by people who didn't like them for stupid things. They wait to pounce. They wait to pounce on you. Cosmic Mutant Honey Squid. The only reason they showed that clip to begin with is because no one was paying attention to Captain Marvel anymore after Endgame. Yeah, nobody cares. It's coming out.
And Godzilla's better anyway. I'm just saying.
Yeah, Hirohei's pretty awesome. He did not deserve to get a copyright strike. Of course, Anime News Network, one of their editors went out there and called us Nazis, implied that we were Nazis.
Because how dare you ask for proof?
How dare
you say, wait, there's some of this behavior is normal at cons. Where's the proof of this?
Where's the proof of this?
Nazis.
So we got called Nazis, and they refused to apologize.
Oh, they even said that we said things we didn't say.
Yeah, it was like, what the hell are you talking about? And then they doubled down on it. So they went after Hirohei.
They always double down. It's like the way they are.
And I think they're on the list. I think they're on the list of people who need to be very, very careful what they say in public. I think. Anyway, $3 Theater got hit. Oh boy. Yeah, he's never been flagged before, right? He doesn't know what a flagging's like. Matt Jarbo. He got. So a lot of people got struck. I met her too. She got struck too. You're blocked. Yeah. So this is crazy, and I don't know who at Disney's doing it, or if they just have people doing it, or what.
I want to turn those comments on. Oh, yeah, Sean, we actually lean left as well. And it's just
Yeah, I don't even understand. Like, and the thing about the Nazi thing with Anime News Network and why it upset us so much.
You were more upset than I was.
I was pissed because I confronted the editor. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Why didn't you say something to me in person? Why did you broadcast that you thought we were Nazis? We used to do anime conventions. We were actually invited as guests to many anime conventions. We did the anime convention circuit for years.
Because of our comic.
Because of our comic.
It was very Amerimanga type.
We had a lot of crossover with anime audiences. We always got brought in as guests. We had a good relationship with a lot of these conventions. And having Anime News Network or someone associated with Anime News Network come out and say that we were Nazis absolutely could potentially hurt our brand.
So the answer to this is do not cosplay as us. When you go to certain anime conventions, which one's one that has the no Nazi cosplay policy?
Oh my God, what is that? Was it Anime New York, NYC?
I think so. So do not dress as us when you go there, because apparently that's a problem.
That's a problem. So don't dress as me. Don't go and dress at me. Or dressed as me. Johnny Perry, thank you. Didn't have to do that. These people do everything in their power to protect their echo chamber. A bad shows and terrible journalism.
And they can keep it to themselves. Stop pushing on everybody else.
Nazi weebs. Yeah, you're not allowed to. I think it was Anime NYC.
Yeah, Anime New York. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So don't dress as us, because apparently that's a problem.
You weren't allowed to. You're not allowed to wear any like military type uniforms that might potentially, maybe, possibly, be conflated with actual Nazi uniforms. You're not allowed to, specifically, they called out specific, it was so hypocritical, I did a video on this. They called out Tanya the Evil. They said, you cannot cosplay as characters from Tanya the Evil because she might make people feel bad.
Even though it wasn't from that.
It was from World War I Germany, before the Nazis. And then, like, that week, Anime NYC was promoting, with Crunchyroll or Funimation, the Tanya the Evil movie. Mm-hmm. I'm like, hypocritical much.
Oh, hypocritical is
like,
their
what
middle
the hell?
name. They're all hypocritical. So anyway, don't cosplay as the peace sign. I don't think that's funny.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
Yeah, so you can't go as Red Skull. So that guy who had his face chopped up to be Red Skull, you can't cosplay. You can't even show your face, I guess, at Anime.
You have to wear a bag. You have to wear a paper bag.
So ridiculous. And there was one thing I saw, I think it was on Bounding in the Comics, and they were talking about how, I think Emerald City did the same thing, or one of those Portland conventions, and they were like, people are really sensitive about Nazis these days, especially Portland. I'm like, I didn't realize that the concentration camps were in Portland, but okay. Zach Ulysses, thank you. I didn't have to do that. Maybe it's the syndrome tactic. When everyone's a Nazi, no one is.
My mom got bumped. Yeah, her internet sucks. Sorry, Mom.
Yeah, we know. We try to use the internet there, and it doesn't work.
Who is uncomfortable with these costumes? Exactly, who? I want to know who. Yeah, it's usually the people, the same people you think it would be.
Yeah, go to conventions that aren't stupid. The problem is the stupidity, and this is why we talk about this kind of stuff on this channel, because there's been an epidemic of stupidity in pop culture for the last 4 or 5 years. It's just gotten. It's gotten.
It's an epidemic of stupidity. It's gotten.
See, normally, when we don't do this live, I can edit all my stupidity out of videos.
Wash your mouth out.
But no, everything's gotten so freaking ridiculously stupid the last couple of years, and people are tired of it. They're tired of it.
Sorry, High Guardian Spice cosplay make me uncomfortable. That's right. So if we all start saying that there are things like the new She-Ra cosplay makes me feel uncomfortable. Does that mean they're gonna not let people cosplay as these characters because it makes me uncomfortable? That's a good question.
Yeah. Well, let's just talk about Brad's talking about how many actual Nazis there are in the US. We had, and don't do this, people, because I don't want the YouTube bots. We actually had a YouTube bot show up in our chat because we were talking about Boots and Genocide with She-Ra. And
only because they were the ones talking about those things.
We were laughing about it. It had nothing to do with, Nazis. Had nothing to do with it. And the YouTube censor bot showed up and started censoring comments.
We were joking about Boots and
that G because you said the G word too many times. They're like, oh my God, they have to be alt-right.
It's because we were laughing about how stupid it was.
Seriously,
that's what their focus was.
Seriously.
I don't know.
Everybody's so hypersensitive. And the weird thing is nobody remembers. Everybody who lived through that, so many of those people are dead. The people who lived through the horrendous things firsthand. So many of those people are actually dead. So the people who are getting offended.
I think that's the problem. I think that there's a disconnect because these people that are the ones that are using it like it means nothing, or not the ones who grew up in a time where people were still alive from that time,
or had
hearing
firsthand,
the horror stories,
their mother, their grandmother telling them about it.
And then because if they would never, ever, ever, ever just throw that around willy nilly like they do. It's like if you've actually known people who ran into real legitimate ones at the time that they're complaining about, you would not just toss that around as an insult. Because it's
no. But yeah, so the people that are offended are these 20-something hipsters who have no concept. None.
Honey's super cosmic mutant honey candle squid. I'm just gonna call you candle squid. Said that her grandpa fought in World War II.
Well, God bless him.
Yeah.
God bless him. He knew firsthand what.
Yeah, my great uncle. My mom is not on here. She's on and off, and she can get because he cleaned out concentration camps and things. So, Yeah, he cosplays She-Ra since she's part of a military team. Yeah, that's what I don't understand. How come
is that her uniform?
Is that what
that
that's
red?
supposed to be?
The red vest.
Oh yeah,
military uniform.
Yeah, so I guess you can do it as She-Ra, but you can't do it as Adora. So and people who have family members or people who grew up, studying this and hearing about it and things, they're going to look at it completely differently than some of these people who are just throwing it around willy-nilly. And it's a horrible thing. So anyway.
So many people, they're like people who actually have relatives that lived through that. They don't take this lightly.
There are still people who are alive that lost family or that they themselves were a child in concentration camps. Do not use that as an insult. It's not okay. Anyway.
But these activist hipsters, they have no concept. But they're we know Portland's especially offended by it because Portland was personally affected more so than the rest.
Can I ask, when is Portland not personally offended by things? I mean,
Portland's offended for the rest of the country. God. Okay, so what else we got?
Let's talk about something fun.
Let's talk about something fun like
Dungeons and Dragons.
Well, Dungeons and Dragons
we need
used
to
to
do
be fun.
more comic videos apparently and more 80s fun videos.
Okay, so here's a dilemma. We want to play Dungeons and Dragons. Squid King has had the Dungeons and Dragons 5e books for a year and a half now?
Something a year? Like that, year.
We can't find a group. And he's very, very sad because it's very hard to find groups anymore. Looking for group, and he's begging us to play. We should live stream us playing Dungeons and Dragons.
No one wants to see that
badly.
I don't even know how to play. I just kind of pretend like I do.
I can't follow 5e. I'm looking at the books and I'm like, I had everything when I was younger. When I was a kid, I had first and second edition. I had literally every book. You remember? We sold them for a shit ton of money.
He doesn't have them anymore. Sorry, he sold them.
I had everything. Literally, everything in pristine condition. I was the dungeon master for my group, and we played every Sunday afternoon in Craig's basement. Remember Craig?
My
friend Craig. We played in his basement, and we had the one. So we were kind of dorky, and we had the one football player. Shane would come over, but he was kind of making sure nobody saw that he actually.
That's like a movie. I've seen movies like that where the football player, the cool kid, wants to play, but doesn't want anybody to know he plays.
So he came over.
Does that actually happened?
Yeah, he actually came over and played with us.
That's fun.
Well, he was a friend of mine too, but he came over. He's like, "Well, I can't let anybody see me playing.
I can't let him hanging out with you people."
No, I hung out with.
No,
Shane.
I mean playing.
But then we're playing Dungeons and Dragons, and we did. It was the 80s. Again, everybody played Dungeons.
The car commercial, guys. We are aware of the car commercial. He did a video on it, and we also have an article on it. If you go to d-resd.com. Was it .com? What is the address? Anyway,
Clownfish TV.
Go to clownfishtv.com. Whatever. You'll find it. There's a whole article on it. Anyway, go ahead. So you do know about it. We have seen it. It's cool.
I can't shit yourself if you play Pathfinder. Yeah, I've heard about Pathfinder, but no, 5e is so much different than what I remember. But it's been so long since I played it, so we're trying to be.
I'm sorry to interrupt, Captain D. Speaking of She-Ra, did you know that Noelle Stevenson did a charity live stream? I heard about it. Me and another person asked her straight questions about the show, especially about Larry. I would have loved to see that. You have to let us know what happened.
What did she say about Larry? Because she ignored Larry until it was advantageous. For them to drag out Larry and use his untimely death to promote the second season of a show that dissed him.
Okay. Anyway, Captain, did we answer what? I don't know.
Did you get banned from the chat?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. Anyway, so go ahead, back to this.
I like D&D 5e because they simplified rules. Anyway, yeah, so they're bringing back classic D&D games. I used to play, this is how old I am. I used to play the gold box and silver box AD&D games on my 386 PC. No, it was my 286 PC with CGI graphics. Or CGA graphics. If anybody understands CGA graphics, if you can still remember CGA graphics, it was basically purple, black, and white. That was your color palette. I used to play the old games and SSI games in purple, black, and white. And I freaking loved it.
Sorry, Captain answered. Said, honestly, they ignored our questions. Well, I'm sure they did. They aren't going to answer things they don't want that are going to make them look bad.
Pull of Radiance, yeah.
And then Johnny says you should do a D&D group in the Discord. Anyway.
Secret of the Silver Blades was the first one I bought, and I had to go back and play through the other ones, too. I am old. I was actually pretty young when they came out. But, yeah, we had a 286 with CGA graphics. Anyway, they're bringing back classic D&D RPGs to PS4, Nintendo Switch, and Xbox One later this year because D&D is back, baby. It's hot now.
Well, even Noelle Stevenson uses it to make
Noelle Stevenson, all the cool kids. Questionable.
Wow, you're old. Thanks, Mom.
Playing it. So today, developer Beamdog and publisher Skybound Games now Skybound, I think that's where what's his face is working, comic book dude. Oh hell, who is it? I can't remember. Anyway, Skybound Games announced that the enhanced editions of several classic D&D fantasy role-playing games are coming to PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch later this year. More specifically, the pair are bringing Baldur's Gate, Siege of the Dragon Spear expansion, Baldur's Gate 2, Planescape Torment, Icewind Dale, and Neverwinter freaking Nights. Neverwinter Nights, people. That is how old that game is. Neverwinter Nights is old, but damn it, it was good. I think you could play it on AOL. It was
don't ask me. I'm on the mind.
Coming to consoles with some new bells and whistles. Neverwinter Nights Enhanced Edition will hit major retailers on December 3rd in North America and 3 days later on December 6th. The other titles will arrive on September 24th if you're in North America. If you're not in North America, you're out of luck. You'll need to wait until November.
You're not. November 27th. If you're waiting to go ahead anyway. You're out of luck. You're out of luck. No, you're not. Keep reading.
Yeah, retail releases will be available on every platform and will cost $50 and come with the following. Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition Pack, celebrating series 20th anniversary. Damn straight, Baldur's Gate's freaking awesome. Baldur's Gate was so good. Planescape Torment, also good. Enhanced Edition. Icewind Dale, Enhanced Edition. 2 must-play games. Yes. Neverwinter Nights, Enhanced Edition. The 2002 Computer RPG of the Year and its DLC. 10 standalone D&D adventures featuring co-op and online multiplayer. Well, it has to have online multiplayer.
Sorry, he keeps asking what's up with the Rooster Teeth real quick.
What's up with Rooster Teeth is their Otter Media is getting folded into WarnerMedia, which means that Rooster Teeth and Crunchyroll and Verve and Cartoon Network are all probably, maybe, possibly going to coagulate into one big orange pool like Evangelion.
They might use them all for streaming service. Long story short.
Yeah. I'm trying to make this more interesting because it's all business. But happy birthday, Bowsette.
Oh, happy birthday. Happy
cool.
soon birthday.
So I'm actually really excited about this because I'm old. And I like old games as an old person who plays old games, who never gets a chance to play old games because I'm too busy now. But Squid King,
too much of anything.
Squid King can play these, and then he can complain about how they suck because they're old. No, actually, he likes old games too.
He does like old games. Have you watched the streaming channel?
We need to get these, and then we need to live stream the shit.
He wants to live stream again. He's been complaining about it. Anyway, so what else you got? Anything else?
Oh,
about Godzilla.
Oh,
yes, yay!
Miyazaki Studio Ghibli to build Japan theme park.
Yes, I need to go to Japan.
Miyazaki World, Ghibli Land.
Let's go to Ghibli-san.
Let's
get our Ghibli-san. Let's go.
Studio Ghibli Animation House has joined forces with local partners to build its first
I'd flippin' go to a Ghibli theme park. Who wouldn't? Come on.
Together with the blah, 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 blah. Company will develop a park within Expo 2005. Commemorative park, a venue not far from blah, 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 blah. Okay.
Hey, stop it. It's not far from Nagoya in central Japan, which is the World's Fair was held for 185 days in 2005.
Will they have fabric?
Will they have fabric of what?
Did win an ether. Thank you. $1.99 and a little happy face.
I don't know if you mean the D&D or if you mean the Ghibli. You already have the Ghibli fabric. Anyway, so details were announced Friday by Ghibli producer Toshio Suzuki that the governor, I'm butchering these names, Hideaki Omura.
Oh my God, we're gonna get so many people to be like, oh my God, you don't speak fluent Japanese. We don't,
and I don't want to insult people. Anyway, at this press conference in Tokyo, the park is scheduled to open the fall of 2022. Additional attractions opening a year later. The construction budget was not announced, but I'm sure it's a lot. Go ahead.
Johnny Perry, thank you. Didn't have to do that. Who wouldn't want to explore House Castle?
I know, right? House Castle. I know. House Moving Castle. I like the anime, but it's my favorite book.
This is interesting, though. So they're going to have 5 lands. So we're going to have Howl's Moving Castle, Mononoke Land, and other Ghibli films. Okay.
So probably Totoro.
Miyazaki, though, is like, he's really worried about the Ghibli park. He can't leave anything up to other people. He's a meddlesome old man.
I like him already.
Miyazaki's only son, Goro Miyazaki, who's actually been panned for his directorial efforts. I think he did Earthsea, Tales from Earthsea, which didn't do very well. He's working hard in the park project. Miyazaki is not the type to look on supportively from a distance. He will have his hands in everything. He starts in right away to do this and don't do that. Well, it's his stuff, right?
No, Ponyo. My mom said Ponyo. Yeah, because Pinky Boo looked like Ponyo, and she loved Ponyo, and she likes ham, and she still says, I like ham.
She looked just like Ponyo. Ursi was weak. It was really weak, but that was Goromi and Zug, I think.
But wasn't that the case of too, where they changed it quite a bit?
They changed it quite a bit from the book.
Well, I'll tell you what. If you have not read Howl's Moving Castle, the book, you really need to read the book, because the anime is good. I like it, but it is completely different than the book. They are completely different entities. Personally, I like the book better, but I like them both. But the book is really good. It's my favorite book. I think I've read it like at least 8 or 9 times. I just love that book. He had to get me a new copy of it because I beat the crap out of the other one.
I bought you the hardcover.
And actually, if you like Howl's Moving Castle, then you like very much our Shadowbiters comic, because it has a lot of inspiration taken from Howl's Moving Castle and from Inuyasha and from Final Fantasy and a bunch of things. But Howl's Moving Castle is like one of my favorite things ever. I love Howl's Moving Castle. Go read the book. Definitely read the book.
I'm telling you, different. Yeah.
It's the books, and they have 3 books actually in the series, and they're kind of related, but they aren't. But the Howl's Moving Castle book, if you have time to read it, just go read the book. It is so good. And I mean, I like the anime just as much. Well, I actually like the book better. But I mean, I'm just saying, I like them both, but they're 2 different things.
Well, they have over at Universal in Japan, they've got all kinds of. I mean, they've got like an Attack on Titan thing going on. They've got like Evangelion and Sailor Moon attraction. Or some weirdness going on.
I know you said about that.
Moon. Yeah,
now Sailor Moon too. I did put it up on the blog that they were going to do a Sailor Moon musical, a new one. They were supposed to come out this summer, but now they're pushing it back to summer of 2020. Now, of course, that's in Japan as well. And it's going to be based on the Sailor Moon S movie, where that was the one. I think that was the one where she with the Moon Princess Kaguya.
Oh God,
Luna.
It wasn't very good.
Well, that's the one they're doing it on.
Yeah, actually, the only one of the movies I liked was Super S. That was kind of cool, like the Pied Piper.
But they're doing a musical on that because he's speaking of Sailor Moon in Japan. But anyway,
Pro Jared
who
loves
wouldn't want to go to
Moon.
a Studio Ghibli
I
park?
would. I want to go. We need to go.
I want to go.
We need to go. Zach says, "Join me on the fuel train."
The grave of fireflies.
Oh my God! Could you imagine
I don't think we'll go there.
A grave of the fireflies attraction?
Okay.
You two can die a horrible, miserable death in a cave while hiding from your horrible relatives, and then you can live with the fireflies. You've never seen it. It's really depressing. It's really depressing.
What other ones do they have?
Literally, I've seen it once, and I was so scarred from that movie. I was like, "Oh my God, that's a Porco Rosso."
You told me not to. That'd be funny. There'd be a plane adventure with that one. What was the one with?
Oh my God, they could do a restaurant. They could do like flying pork, like pulled pork sandwiches.
Well, I wouldn't mind if they did Spirited Away.
Spirited Away would be pretty. Bathhouse.
They have Kohaku. They could have like a little dragon ride.
Yeah.
And they could have little paper things fly at you.
But they could have a bathhouse, and that could get really creepy.
I'm not even going to go there, but there's a lot of things. I have not watched Grave of the Fireflies because I have been told not to watch it because I have a problem with crying.
You feel too much.
I do.
That's the problem. No,
I'm one of those really sensitive people.
Devastated by Grave of the Fireflies. Is such a depressing movie.
I couldn't do it.
So much of Grave of the Fireflies could have been avoided had better choices been made.
See, I'm one of those people that, I'm like, I cry over everything, and I'm like, and I love animals and kids, so I'm like, don't mess with animals and kids. I mean, we'll tell you guys, if you weren't on Twitter, you didn't know about the bunny. So, we're going to tell you the bunny story.
Let's not talk about the bunny.
So, there was a bunny, and bunny, it's mostly happy ending. So,
is it?
Don't worry. We think I'm believing it's happy ending, and you're letting me believe what I believe.
Okay.
So, long story short, there's a bunny on the road that was dragging its legs that I don't think got hit by a car, but I think it might have got, grazed, or it might have done something and it hurt its legs. And I come outside, and you told me you wouldn't let me outside, and I couldn't figure out why. When I came out and I saw you with a stick trying to keep by the bunny, trying to get the bunny off the road. And
I was guarding the bunny with a stick.
And he was
guarding
the bunny with his body so the cars didn't hit the bunny.
I blocked the bunny with my body because I'm like, nobody's gonna hit me.
I grabbed gloves and I ran outside and I picked up Bunny, and I didn't even hesitate. Picked up Bunny and ran him across the road with dodging vehicles to put him back in our yard. He had a gash on his leg, which I put pressure on the gash and I put a Band-Aid on it. I did get the bleeding stopped on his leg. And
Geeky stopped the bunny from bleeding. I thought the bunny was toast because when I got to the bunny was spewing blood like one of those.
He wasn't spewing blood. His leg was cut and his mouth was bleeding. He hit his face. I wiped him up. We got him in a box. I kept him from going into shock. Bunny was still alive the next morning, so we drove almost 2 hours to take Bunny to a wildlife
Preserve.
Where they would
/ veterinary. The bro bunny.
I literally band-aided his. It was really bad.
She brought the bunny to the yard.
I'm on my knees in my yard. All these cars are going by.
And the bunny is bleeding all over the place. And I'm like, the bunny's toast, Geeky. I didn't actually say that, but I'm like, honey, I think the bunny is done. The bunny is not gonna make it. It's bleeding out.
I'm like, awful. Not on my watch.
Go get me Band-Aids. I come in the house. I go get like 6 boxes of fucking Band-Aids because I don't know what size Band-Aid a bleeding bunny needed. And she picks one out, and it's one of those really, really nice fabric ones.
They would hold better.
It held better. And by God,
I didn't run over the bunny.
The bunny stopped bleeding. Somebody else hit the bunny.
It wasn't me.
That bunny had spunk. That bunny was dragging its lame ass across the road with its 2 front legs.
So that bunny was strong. So I got the bleeding stopped on his front paw, and I got it wrapped up, and I put him in a box with I made sure he didn't go into shock. I stayed with him, made sure he didn't go into shock. I took care of that bunny, and the next day Bunny was still with us. So, and this is like way later. So Bunny did not die of shock or did not die of internal injuries. So we took him to the animal rescue, and the animal rescue lady seemed to be surprised he was as in good a shape as he was.
Yes,
and I'm gonna believe that the bunny is fine. You're not going to take that away from me.
So here's the thing. Once you sign a wild animal over to this animal preserve / rescue center, which does have a lot of cages, so I think a lot of those
animals that cannot be sent back into the wild stay there.
They
have a little cemetery out back for the animals that lived there for a while.
Yeah. So we drove the bunny 2 hours. He was in the box overnight. I'm like, and I got up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I went to go check, make sure that, because I want to make sure if the bunny was dead, I was the one who found the bunny. Not Geeky, because that she wouldn't go back to sleep and she'd be traumatized. So the bunny was on the porch,
traumatized. I just
in a box. Geeky bundled the bunny up in blankets and stuff, and the bunny was fine. The next morning, the bunny was like, "Hey, what's up? Can't move my back legs, but it's all cool."
You're not allowed to ask them; they won't tell you. One of the rules is if you call, they won't tell you what happened to the animal you brought in. That's one of their things.
That's because sometimes,
So I'm choosing
to believe the bunny.
Choosing to believe the bunny is okay. And those of you making comments about eating the bunny, I'm giving you dirty looks right now. Anyway, so Bunny, as far as I'm concerned, Bunny is fine. And that's what I'm going to believe in.
2 hours one way, 2 hours back in the rain to drop the bunny off. And then they asked me for a donation.
They did.
I gave them some money.
And I gave them a bag full of towels I was going to send to an animal shelter anyway.
So Bunny picked the right house, the right hill outside the right house to die on.
Because he didn't die. Raphael
we did not feed the bunny.
Me and my wife helped a mother duck to a pond with their babies. Yay! No, it says not to feed them.
Because we don't,
So we didn't do that because we didn't want to. The thing is, you made calls all over the place trying to find someone to take the bunny, and everybody was closed or they were full. And then we luckily found some place, and the bunny was around the morning.
They were all full. There were all these like wildlife rescue centers around here. It's Western Pennsylvania. And all these, and they were all full. And I was calling people. I'm like, hey, we got a bunny. It got hit by a car, but it's still living. Can we bring it to you? And they're like, nah, we're full. So we had to drive it on the other side of Pittsburgh to go get the bunny.
And I was like talking about, it's okay, bunny.
Go get the bunny help.
It's okay, bunny. We're gonna get you there.
She talked to the bunny the whole time in the car.
Talked the whole time.
4 hours round trip to drop the bunny off.
Very calming. I know you wouldn't think that. They're like, you're not calming. No, I am. I'm very good with animals, and I am very, very calming when I want to be.
She is very good with animals. I think almost all of our animals are strays.
Anyway, so that was
half a day, and then we had all this stuff happen with work stuff, and it was just not a good week.
I don't care if everybody doesn't understand what I'm saying, but don't you understand? They get me. They know. They know. They just know. I'm telling you, they know.
Yeah, they do. Bunny get the pancake. No, its back legs weren't working very good though.
But we did take the bunny to the shelter, and they took Bunny, and she seemed to be surprised.
Your mom's watching. I dropped an F-bomb.
Yeah, I
thought she wasn't watching anymore.
She seemed to be surprised. I knew she was watching it.
Oopsie.
She seemed to be surprised it was as good a shape as it was. So we saved Yins. Yeah, had to pee at Pittsburgh. Yins.
Yeah, Yins. I'm a transplant. I'm actually from here.
So we saved the bunny. And hopefully we saved the bunny. As far as I'm concerned, the bunny is saved. And that's my story.
Zach Ulysses. Yep, Yins are good people. That's the bunny. The bunny is living happily, and if his back legs don't work, he's got wheels. Maybe robot
If
legs.
I thought I could have taken care of the bunny and saved the bunny, I totally would have done so.
I've seen people with animals that were paralyzed from the waist down, and they can still drag. I mean, he was fine. He was dragging himself. He was scooting right along.
A white bunny, a strawberry. Yes, I have. I would get a pet bunny like tomorrow if I thought I could, but we have 4 cats, and I don't know how that would go. I like ferrets too. Anyway, okay, so I can't adopt the bunny. I had to take the bunny to a vet.
It's a wild bunny.
I had to take the bunny to the wildlife preserve for the best chance.
Oh my God,
it's
Cyber
like
Bunny.
Those who gave up their kids for their best chance. I had to give up the bunny for its best chance. And I did it, and I was very sad, and I was very worried, and I'm still worried, but it is what it is. So, bunny lives matter. All animal lives matter. You were out there in the street. I went out running across the road with gloves, grabbed the bunny, ran him across the yard, I laid him down in our yard, and I immediately started bunny first aid.
One of our cats, Rini, yes, Rini named after Sailor Moon Rini, actually predates me. You had Rini before you met me.
Well, we don't have Rini anymore.
Rini passed away a couple of months ago. Rini she was in bed. You found Rini on the road.
Yeah, my mom can vouch for this. I found her literally walking up the middle of the road. She was walking up the middle of the road. She was too little to be away from her mom. Her eyes were so swollen shut. She couldn't breathe. She was covered in like nasty stuff. I grabbed her. I rushed back home. We took her to the vet. The vet didn't even charge me for the visit because he didn't think she was going to make it. Like he thought she had this temper, wasn't going to make it. He gave me medicine. I nursed that cat. The cat had brain damage, but I nursed that cat. And every hour I was out there taking care of that cat, and the cat made it, and the cat lived for like a long time. So.
Oh, Krilu Stromboli. Oh no. Please tell me you're joking. Another donation in case I never donate again because I commit suicide to escape from my guilt and regrets that won't stop.
Well, don't do that.
Please don't do that. We saved bunnies, man. We can save you.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that because you know what? That's bad. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
All it does is pass it on to somebody else. Don't do that.
Don't do that, man. There's always another way.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that.
You better be kidding. Don't do that. Don't make me make phone calls.
I hope you're joking. Are you joking?
I hope he's joking.
I hope he's joking too. This suddenly got really uncomfortable.
Yeah, don't do that. Seriously, all it does is pass on your pain to somebody else. So, yeah.
Okay.
You can go call. There's places you can call.
I hope he's joking.
If he's not joking, there are places you can call, and I recommend you call them right now.
Okay. Oh, I've lost years of happiness to depression. Oh no.
You know what? I get that. I do. Because actually a lot of people in my family have depression. And I'm actually on meds for anxiety right now because it gets so bad. So I do get it. Totally understand. And I'm not going to say there's an easy fix to it because there completely is not. But I think that you might need to call somebody.
You got friends here, man.
I would recommend you call somebody that can help you. Because,
please do that.
Yes.
You got friends here. You always got friends here.
Yeah. So definitely make the phone call to somebody that can help you.
Yeah. And yeah, we hope you come back.
Yeah.
I'm on meds too. Yeah, it's hard. I mean, I'm not gonna say. I mean, it's so weird because everybody, I think with like depression, anything that people are just like, well, just get over it.
You don't just get over it.
It's like, okay, fine. That's like telling somebody in a wheelchair, well, just get and walk.
And
what's up with that?
We are not qualified to give you help, but there are people that are. So I recommend strongly that you call them, and if you have a therapist, you call them right now.
Yeah, please do, man. We like having you here. We like having you here. You got friends. You got lots of friends here in the Reef, man.
So make sure that you right now, I would recommend that you go call somebody, and if you're feeling that way, make sure you go call somebody right now. Because, I mean, like, we're not equipped or qualified to help you, but there are people that are. So, and I know about anxiety, too, because I was so wound up, they put me on anxiety medication. Now, I am on the really low dose because I don't need much to stay under control. So, yeah, just keep fighting, and if you feel really strongly that you need to talk to somebody, definitely call somebody, like, right now.
Yeah, please do. Somebody posted the number. Eric posted a number. Yeah, I don't know where you're at. You're in the UK? I think you're in the UK.
So you might have to call the number for the UK, but I'm sure there is one.
Yeah,
please. I do have a cute bunny picture, but I don't have it here.
Oh, you had a bunny picture. The cat is trying to get in.
I know, the cat wants in here.
Yeah, so, wow, okay.
You're just looking at me.
No,
okay.
I just want you to know. You guys, you're
what they
among
give me
friends.
for anxiety, Lexapro. But it's like they tried to give me one dose, and I felt like I was a zombie. I think Pinky Boo described me as a zombie that sounded like a smoker. And I cut the pills in half, and they work without making me. I don't like taking pills. I hate it, and they work without making me weird. I mean, no weirder than normal.
Dragon Voldor, I'm working on cancer. Wow. Man, everybody's been through it.
The prayers for all of you.
Here's a distraction. Nico, thank you. You didn't have to do the Nickelodeon short from Alex Myers. Oh, that's interesting. The thing is that this is what I love about, like, especially like, the group of people on Clownfish, the group of people on other YouTube channels. Like, you get these idiots on Twitter and in the pop culture blogs and stuff, and they always act like it's a bunch of like Chads or whatever attacking all these poor minorities and poor people that, and really there's like everybody's so real. I mean, everybody here is real. We're real people. Mm-hmm. We just don't like being told that we're awful people. Everybody's real. Everybody's genuine. And you got friends. For sure. And we consider a lot of you friends. I mean, a lot of you people have been following this channel for like a year now. I mean, we've been doing this for like a year, and it's a really, I'm getting a little teary-eyed. It's a really good crew. And you people are not, the awful people that Twitter try to make everybody out to be.
Yeah, don't let them make you feel.
Don't let them make you feel like.
And for those of you who have issues physically or emotionally or whatever, you're not by yourself. And like my mom's giving you virtual hugs right now, so
Yeah, I think the thing about this, like, I actually feel like with YouTube, I actually feel like it's almost like fandom used to be, where it was, I talked about Dungeons and Dragons, how we all used to get together. We're kind of like outcasts that got together because we really loved doing it. And we got to escape from the real world for a while and just enjoy something we really loved. And I feel like a lot of the YouTube channels that have popped up lately, it's, regardless of what the outside tries to say about the people who follow these YouTube channels, it's just a bunch of people who just want to get together and just enjoy their entertainment and enjoy hanging out with each other and not get into these weird political discussions. But they're real people. It's not like they make it out like they're these, the people who are.
Well, it's easier to dismiss somebody that you portray as the boogeyman than it is to actually deal with real people. So, that's why they do it. So don't let people get you down.
Don't let people get you down. And you know what? I think a lot of times we can sometimes be our own worst enemy. I think we can set expectations for ourselves that are just way high. I think we can run ourselves down, and don't let people get, a lot of times they're just projecting, they're projecting their awfulness onto you. And we've learned this week, there are people who are skeezy people who will accuse you of being skeezy, because they themselves were skeezy,
that's what happened this week. But yes, actually, it's funny because you're so hard. You're like not very emotional person. He legitimately was getting like upset.
Well, I like everybody here.
So
I mean,
I like him, and he's really not emotional like I am.
I like doing these live streams. Like, we get to talk to you guys, and we get to Johnny Perry. Thank you, didn't have to do that. And we don't like you guys just because you're throwing money at us.
Go.
One more donation. I have to do that. Wanting to tell everyone you can do it. People do care. Never give up. That's true. I mean, I really consider a lot of you like our virtual friends. Like Elvic. We've known Elvic forever. He's been on here forever. A lot of you, Nicholas Horton. I mean, you guys have been around forever, and we really appreciate it. And again, like I said, YouTube is more, from where I'm sitting, compare to like Twitter and Tumblr stuff. YouTube is like more real. It just feels more real to me. It feels like it's a legit community of people. That actually feels like kind of back in the day when you would go to like comic book shops and you'd go to arcades and you'd hang out with people who got you, who understood you. And back then we had to deal with a bunch of dicks and whatever. But now it's like the dicks are the people who used to be the nerds back in the day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's really weird.
Everything's gone backwards.
Really quick, Nicholas Horton says about the Godzilla after credits scene. It's funny because Squid King and I were just talking about this earlier, and he said that there's a couple things about that with the weapon they used earlier in the film that to him seems like they were setting up Destroya. So
yeah, it might have been.
He mentioned that to me earlier. He saw 2 or 3 things that make him think they're setting up Destroya as well. So, but yes, we don't want to spoil anything. There was no spoilers, guys. That isn't a spoiler for it at all.
Yeah, stay strong, Kurilu. Man,
yeah, we and Viper, who had said he was having cancer. I mean, it's like
so many people here have many stories,
and that's fine,
And everybody gets. And this is what kills me about this. And this is when we started looking into all this drama going around pop culture. and oh my God, people are Nazis, all that. Like a couple of years ago, like we found out that the people that are being demonized for the most part are they're just everyday people. They just don't want to deal with politics and entertainment. You know? And there's nothing wrong with that. They want to escape it because everybody's got so much going on in the real world. They don't want to deal with it when they're trying to get away, when they're trying to stop thinking about everyday struggles or all the crap going on in the world right now. They just want to get away, and they want to hang out with people and just get away from it.
Yeah.
It used to be escapism. Now it's not. You can't.
Yeah, and those things that are dealing with things emotionally and physically, and I mean, I'm sure a lot of you are. Just know that people think about you and send prayers your way.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you don't, or positive thoughts, depending on who you
are. I'm not going to judge whatever you believe in, don't believe in. It's, but.
Yeah, we don't. Hey, our philosophy is we don't care, what, race, age, gender, sexual orientation, any of that stuff you are. What religion you are. We just like, are you a dick? No, you're not. Good. Let's hang out.
Yeah,
that's kind of our thing.
And it just seems like YouTube is a place where a lot of like people can just kind of hang out and get that. You got friends. You all got friends.
I still want to go to the Ghibli Park. Anyway,
let's go to the Ghibli Park.
So if you haven't seen Godzilla, go see Godzilla.
Go see Godzilla. It was good. It was good.
We need to find a way to all go hang out at the Ghibli Park.
Yeah, we do. We need to have a meetup. We need to
go to Japan.
Let's all go to Japan and have a meetup. Then we'll go to Universal Studios Japan and go ride the Attack on Titan.
I'm only a dick when I'm driving. Sadly, I am as well.
Have I seen every Godzilla movie? I don't think so. Squid King has. I think he's seen pretty much every one.
I haven't seen everyone either, but I'm sure he has. So anyway, are we going to wrap this up? Because it's been a long time, and our kids need us.
Oh, it did. Yeah, our kids do need us. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Thank you so much. And, stay strong. You all got friends here. You got friends at Clownfish TV. You got friends in the Reef. And let's just, keep on staying, what do we say? Stay juicy?
You stay juicy. What does that even mean?
I don't know.
Stay juicy.
Well, it's better than staying crunchy. I don't know what that means.
Okay, so stay hydrated. I mean, how is it? I mean, how do you stay juicy? I don't even want to know. Do not answer that question. Night mom. Again, tell Dad I said I love you. Again, if you have any suggestions on comic shows. Yeah, don't say moist or my mother. She hates that word. If you comic shows or any ideas for that, make sure you send it over to the email again, which was
shout out at clownfishtv.com.
Okay. So there you go.
I'll try to answer you. I am terrible with email. I'm going to be completely honest. I have a lot going on.
Stay wet.
Stay wet, everybody. Stay
moist.
All right,
we'll stay wet. We'll talk to you later. Bye.
Thank you so much, everybody. Good night. Oh, I got a button. Here we go.